How can we make the world better? By making ourselves better. The Dr. Joe Show explores how you can make positive personal change by using his groundbreaking and highly effective I Am approach to understand who we are and why we do what we do. Your small changes can have big effects.
Join us now for the Dr. Joe Show with Mark Stiles of Stiles Law and your host, Dr. Joe Schrand.
And we're here. We're live. We're WATD 95.9, and we are the Dr. Joe Show.
Yeah, we're definitely working on that, and Karen and I will be talking about.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's really around the corner. So
the listener will let you know the second it's out.
Yeah.
There's links everywhere and social media.
Thank you.
What's your favorite part of the book?
For me?
Yeah, for you. What's your favorite part?
Okay, I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is fun. I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm actually sending little snippets to people I've coached that are in the book, and they don't know. And but I buffer it quite a bit, so. Sometimes I take like 2 or 3 very similar stories, case studies of people I've worked with, and I make that one story just to protect, right? Like I don't want to. So, but the core goes back to an individual, and then I kind of just pull just to fill it up a bit to honor them. And the response I am getting is just. I have one. There's one about a lawyer who he berates himself when he's really mad at himself. He puts a lot of expectation pressure, and so he was telling me in a coaching session that he was going to.
Mark? You wrote about Mark? Go on. All right.
I was at the edge of my seat though. I'm like,
how did she know?
Go on.
We'll call this person Stark.
Yeah. Right. And his last name was Astic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, and he was saying how he was going to this wedding, and this is in a coaching session. He's going to this wedding, and the wedding, he tried to soon, it was too big, and so he purged himself. For 58 hours, he went without food and only water, and he worked out 6 hours a day and he was angry. And that negative self-talk, right? So I sent him, because I worked with him for about a year. So I got to see, I don't go through the whole story, but I got to see the evolution, the transformation of him, But I go, do you want to see what I put in the book? And he laughed because I went on Zoom with him. He goes, he went that, yeah, I said that. He was... And so I had another person, they just went, because they're seeing the journey from who they were to who they became.
Yes.
And so to go back 5 years, 10 years, I've been doing that, these little snippets to people, and those mean the world to me. Like when I'm reading it and going over it, I have such fond memories of the people. And so it's been really fun to reconnect with them and go, hey, you got a place in the book. They may not want to tell anybody it's them, but yeah, that's my favorite.
You've helped so many people. I want to get to the 2 questions so that we can then continue our chat. So, as you know, the Dr. Joe Show is based on the I Am approach, the idea that we're always doing the best we can. If we don't like it, we can change it, but we are responding to and influenced by 4 domains: home domain, social domain, which is everything other than your home, the biological domain of your brain and body, and what I call the I see domain. How do I see myself? How do I think other people see me? Because these 4 domains interconnect, a small change in any domain can have a big effect. We don't need to change everything. So, Karen, based on what we're talking about tonight, what small change can you recommend to our listeners?
There's something you say, so I'm sorry to throw it back at you, but it is so helpful, and that is we're all doing the best we can. And it gives you perspective and that small change. So if you think about at work, if you have a really irritating colleague and it just doesn't work, you're doing the best you can. They're doing the best they can. It's not an easy relationship, but you're both doing that. That calms it, it softens it, because I think we're quick to get suspicious. Mm-hmm. And you're doing that because you hate me. You're doing that because you're against me. You're doing that. What if that's the best? That's their 100% with you. The other thing too is sometimes you have a skill that somebody else doesn't have, and that irritates you. Like if you're a great listener, but you have a friend who never stops talking and never listens, you can get irritated. But that's because that's your skill. That's your bright light. And so they're doing that's their best. How they're listening to you is their best. And so it kind of softens it a bit and just gives you a little bit more understanding perspective.
Yeah. I very much appreciate that, because it's true. That is respecting someone and not judging them, but wondering who they are and why they do what they do, and why is this their I am? Why is this their current maximum potential based on their life and what's been going on? And I appreciate that small change, being able to see people as doing the best they can. I hope it's a small change. I worry, honestly, that may be a lot to ask folks. But I think once they can do it once, it actually is the most remarkable transformation.
Yeah. I think, and I know I'll try to say this quickly, is that it doesn't negate your voice, though. You still can say what you need to say. You can still not be happy with your colleague. And it's okay to find the courage to talk about it. But when you find the courage, that relationship you're in, that's tricky. That's not good. It's unhealthy. You can find the courage to still speak up your voice. But from that perspective, they're doing the best they can. However, I still need to speak up. Those two can live in the same place at the same time.
Absolutely. And the word, irritating that you said, irritation is on that spectrum of anger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it is another description of anger. So when you're irritated, you ask yourself, what do I want to see different? What's going on that I want to see something different because I'm irritated? So I think that's a wonderful small change. I appreciate that. The second truth of the I am, everyone's got one. Everyone is interested through their IC domain, what you think about them, which has an effect on their biological domain, because it feels different when you feel respected or disrespected. And because you are part of someone's home or social domain, the second truth of the I am, you control no one, but you influence everyone. You get to choose the kind of influence you want to be. Karen Thrall, author, consultant, person who has influenced many, many people. What kind of influence do you want to be?
I'll always say this. When I'm 96, I want to be known as one of the kindest people on the planet, but it's going to take me to 96. So I figured that incremental change of influence, and no biases whatsoever, no matter where I am, that the kindness is the thing that comes to my mind first and foremost, regardless of the situation, environment, place, whatever. And I like it because I like me. When I choose kindness, I like me in it. And so that would be the area of influence that when I'm 96, I hope that's in my eulogy.
So why do you like yourself when you're kind to others?
It's seeing the light, the brightness in the other person's eyes. Because people can tell when it's real, it's genuine, or when it's whatever, because you have to. But when you genuinely show kindness, they melt a bit, and I like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's part of the I am. Every time you remind someone of their value, you increase your own value. And I think kindness is letting somebody know that they're valued by you. Whether it's as simple as opening the door for someone at a coffee shop, that shows that you value that other person. And it is wonderful to get that feedback, Karen, thank you so much. Okay, so don't lose your beep at work. It's going to be coming out soon. And folks, when it does, you will be hearing about it here on the Dr. Joe Show. So Karen, thanks so much.
Thank you both
for coming on the air
Love
tonight
it.
with
Thank
us.
you.
Mark, always a pleasure. Larry, thanks. And all our listeners at WATD, thank you for your kindness. Thank you.